whenever you are at a place, there's a general vibe about it, right? The environment about it, and
Yeah.
so what was the kind of environment that you uh, perceived at MIT? What was the mindset of the people there, and were they really motivated and excited to be building things and doing projects, or were they focusing more on getting good grades, focusing on scoring the top marks as is always the mindset, or was it of both? I'm just curious about the way the mindset of the people there is.
So I think people are really focused on solving challenging problems in general. That is what I observed, like without any exception. Everyone is trying to solve some sort of a problem, and in really creative and like novel ways. That is something that I constantly witnessed there. I think there is not a lot of focus on grades at MIT, and also even if they are important, like the way the courses are structured, you always have this practical component and project component,
Yeah.
and a lot of people seem to enjoy that. At least it's what I observed. So even if you're not attending classes or you're not like super sincere that way, you can kind of offset that by like being good or performing well in the project part. And like the overall focus is to make sure that you learn and you are capable, you become capable enough to not be intimidated by challenging problems, and always like um, having the courage to face like problems which no one has solved before, and then come up with innovative ways, and like having this desire to always like um, figure out what's not working out, and making sure that you provide an elegant solution in the end.
Mhm. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you brought us to MIT for a couple of minutes, I would say. So yeah, so that's a really interesting way. That's a really nice way to explain the culture of MIT, and the way everyone approaches it, the enthusiasm that everyone shares regarding projects, and I mean, of course, uh, related to grades as well, but then you get grades for projects as well, right? So
Yeah, I mean, I think grades like don't really have a lot of value if you do not complement them with real life experiences and learnings.
definitely.
Um, like what I feel is good grades, they do communicate your diligence and sincerity towards gaining knowledge. Like if you're getting good grades, you're probably sincere, and you're doing like things diligently. But then, uh, so, but then you still like kind of need to it's not the only thing that will ensure
Yeah,
that you will be successful in the real world,
yeah,
uh, but it's kind of how it is perceived in our education system, unfortunately. um, if you have good grades, it probably means that you are good at acquiring knowledge, so it might help in convincing like a recruiter or the admission committee of a college that if they do pick you, you will you will be spending less effort in learning new things.
yeah.
So, and that's probably true only when you don't have a lot of hands-on experience. So uh, that's where grades might give you some benefit. But then I think one thing that working on real life projects does to you is to allow yourself to grow, uh, and do that by making mistakes or failing. But sadly, failing is not an option when you when you consider grades. So that's kind
Yeah.
of the difference between real life and grades. In real life, you can still learn by making mistakes, and like in terms of grades, it's not that great, I think.